engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and Jon can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah, Fastlane, all night, feel the speed, feel the light, join the ride, hold on tight.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fastlane. Jon Williams, Ryan O'Connor, you beautiful beasts watching this. Thank you for liking, subscribing, being a part of the Fastlane community. And even if you don't like it, thanks for being here anyway and tolerating both of our faces. Fresh cuts, looking good for our trip to Schwarzkopf. We're going there next week. This podcast is going to be a little bit delayed because it'll go out next Sunday due to the fact that we'll be out there with AMG, Mercedes-Benz and Sunlum Private Wealth.
Yes, altitude training for us up there.
Breitling and of course eBet and OneBet, a huge thanks for being a part of this series on YouTube with us. Right, let's talk Formula One. We're back. 2-week break is done and dusted. We watched the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Yes, and what did I tell you? I know you were hooked. I knew you would love it. I mean, there's just nothing like it. All those cars, and ours, our friend Adrian Newey, flat out in the
Valkyrie.
Niki Lauda, well, that too, but the original Niki Lauda Ferrari. I mean, that cars just sound awesome. You know, they were saying that the last of the best sounding cars was 2005, where they had the V10 screaming. That was the last of that era. And I mean, it's sad because when you hear those cars, you get goosebumps. Yes.
Ralf Schumacher.
Yes.
Williams, BMW.
Yes.
Juan Pablo was there in his BMW.
Did you see?
But him and Ralf shared that. I mean, that
car,
There was that year, an era of racing. We've got a lot to cover.
Yes.
A lot, and including a visit to two brands that are very close to our hearts, Oakley and our friends at Puma. And there's some amazing things happening with Puma. We can't say anything of what we've seen and what we're going to be doing with the show. But I can tell you something, this show is going to be no other South African car racing show has been before. And we're not a car racing show. We're more of a lifestyle show, but we're going somewhere and it's going to be massive. Okay? Don't say anything.
Okay. But yesterday was very exciting.
It's
at
an
the head
international
office.
trip. International trip.
Yes.
We're going to go and watch probably one of the best sporting events on earth with our friends at Puma. But we'll talk more about that. We popped into Puma and to Seth Hulley at Oakley. And in actual fact, it's an incredible thing. A lot of people don't realize this, but when I started my radio career in the 90s, Puma wasn't in South Africa yet. And one of the people that I got to meet became very involved in bringing Puma to South Africa. Yeah. And automatically they said, I'd love you to be a part of the brand when we started out. And they had little to nothing in terms of lifestyle. And that was the end of the 90s, early noughties, national back 2000. Brett, who's still there with the company. Yes. Alex, who I've known almost for over 20 years. And Seth, who was with Oakley in Australia in early 2000 when he first reached out to me. He was working, he had just finished his career as a professional surfer. He then started working for Oakley in Australia. He reached out to me, said, I'm listening to your show in 2001, I think, live in Australia. And we started connecting, and I've been with the brand ever since. Legends. So it's been 23 years of Oakley, about the same amount of time with Puma as well. Let's go and pop in and see the surf legend himself.
He is. And he can still surf at the moment. Have you seen it? He's a machine.
Well, I've learned through him.
Yeah.
Seth Hulley, let's go and have a look. Obviously a brand that's very close to me, been associated with the brand for over 20 years and seen the amazing work that they've done, not only in their eyewear and the protection that their eyewear offers, but also in terms of their give back projects, which there have been many every year, dedicating to new projects such as One Sight, etc., heavily involved in a massive give back campaign around not only South Africa, but globally around the world. Seth Hulley is responsible for, amongst other things, surf, I think of the surf portfolio that he has, but also for marketing for Africa when it comes to the Oakley brand. Seth, no stranger to, I think, people in South Africa in the sporting sphere, because I think top sportsmen associate automatically the brand Oakley with performance eyewear.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Ryan, I'm sports marketing manager for South Africa, like you said, and I look after surf in EMEA. And we're producing some amazing product at the moment. We've been heavily eyewear focused within our region, but we now expanded to AFA, footwear, apparel, accessories. So and we're moving the needle in those categories, and it's been so far so good. It's been really, really going good, and we've got some exciting big events on the horizon.
Absolutely. And if I look at that design, the design over the last 3 to 4 years has really come alive. Oakley slightly going back towards their roots. They've been known to be a bit of bold and a bit adventurous with their design, at the same time not compromising on the performance for the athletes. When you're out there running 100 meters in the Olympics, or you're out there doing a 1500, or you're out there trying to field the ball under heavy lighting conditions, you're out there on the baseball pitch trying to catch a baseball, you want the best possible lenses for the given situation. And that is something that Oakley have really pioneered and done well, not only over the last 20 years, but specifically looking over the last 5 years at how bold those designs have been.
Absolutely. We bought in, we had a regular lenses before. We put in the prism lens technology, which enhances the background of the object that you're looking at. So those are different lens tints. So there's deep water polarized, there's a couple of arrays of, there's trail torch. So whatever the background you're facing the most, that will enhance what you're seeing. So it's not it doesn't give it a 3D effect, it just enhances what you're seeing.
Brings everything to life,
it's different to polarization. Polarization takes the glare off. Polarization is not very good in sports where you require depth perception, because polarized makes it look like a flat background in front of a
correct. Doesn't bring it to life.
100%.
What I love is that every single, almost second week, I'm on the site and there's something new. I look at the new Inner Spark collection. I look at some of the collaborations with the likes of Kylian Mbappe. Some of the top sporting icons have got their own signature range. Some of them, like Troy Lee, have been with the brand forever. They've got a signature range that comes out. How you get really behind your athletes in the Olympics, and I think that speaks volumes.
I appreciate those words, Ryan. We're in the business of relationships, and that's what comes down to relationships. And next year is 25 years with the brand, plus another 8 years as an athlete before that. So it's been a lifelong trip for me, and I've made some amazing friends, relationships, athletes. It's all about the strength in relationships, like I say, and that goes down to a lot of what we do, and we try and do it to the best of our ability by having those relationships.
I love it. It doesn't hurt the fact that you've got one of the most iconic brands in the world of sports marketing that you happen to represent in South Africa. I love this brand. They have now apparel available as well. The most incredible things, from footwear to everyday apparel to things like this, a simple cap to protect your head. Make sure that you buy genuine Oakley, please. I can't stress that enough. In South Africa, it's a huge problem. Globally, it's a huge problem. Look after your eyes. They're the only eyes you have. You want to make sure you're getting the genuine protection it needs. Luxottica, through their amazing sunglass huts around South Africa, have these outlets to go and purchase genuine Oakleys. You've got great relationships with other sporting bodies as well, other sports stores. Remember, if it doesn't say genuine Oakleys, it's not the real deal. Do not go and buy them from your corner robots in your area. Go and support the brand that's doing wonders around the world. Here's to a phenomenal Olympics for the Oakley brand, and all the very best to all our South African athletes as they go over and clap the Olympics for brand South Africa. What a good guy, eh?
Legend.
Thank you. And thanks for all that you do for the sporting fraternity. And watch, listen, subscribe. We're going to be doing some giveaways with Luxottica and with Oakley. In actual fact, I can share this news with you. Luxottica, the holding company that own Oakley, amongst many, Ray-Ban, the list goes on, do Ferrari's bespoke eyewear.
Yes.
And so they've asked if we'd be keen to do a giveaway of some Ferrari eyewear. I said if we must.
I mean, yeah.
Subscribe.
Watch this space.
Like. And you could be winning, right? Then also on to Puma. Popped into the head office, which happens to be in Cape Town. I've been to all the head offices that they've had in Cape Town. This by far is the best. It's growing.
Yeah.
We saw things that were only due for release next year.
Yeah, we did.
We can't tell you what, and something special is happening. Let's pop in and find out what they're doing, not only for Olympics, but some of the technology that Puma use. Now, what you don't know is John and I spend a lot of time here, getting on this man's nerves in the middle of here. From lifestyle to the top sports athletes in the world, Puma has something for everybody. John and I have been very fortunate that their motorsport range is something that A, fits me, and B, is very much a part of what we talk about constantly on the Fastlane. So it makes perfect sense to have Alex Hulley with us today, who is a part of the genius that sits behind the think tank that puts Puma into people's hands. Like me, the weekend warriors who aspire to be a great athlete, or just look at it with awe, but want to still wear the same kind of gear that those top athletes wear. Alex, listen, it's been I can't believe it, because when you and I talk, it's actually been over 20 years.
Yeah, must be, Ryan. I mean, it's been an amazing journey for both of us, I think. I mean, considering where we came from, these young, wet behind the ears,
exactly
20-year-olds, and look at us now, fathers, leaders in industry, amazing podcasts, connections around the globe.
Absolutely.
And all just having a lot of fun along the way.
Absolutely. And I think that's been the key to actually knowing you and the brand. The brand's as serious as it is on the athletics track or on the sports field, and behind some of the biggest athletes who, believe it or not, it's no joking matter, these are the best of the best. The brand is still known for fun. And I think that's been an integral part of what makes the brand so cool, is that it's always involved in areas where you think, well, that's something cool. Well, guess what? Puma will be there. And in the lifestyle segment of the market, you've certainly dominated. Nobody's come close to you in your lifestyle offerings. But on the sporting field, we're entering Olympics. It's something that's probably further away from motoring than we've come accustomed to, because of the fact that we all often talk motoring. But I look at Olympics again. Your focus on Olympics, being on the feet of the world's best athletes once again, and how that technology is trickling out into people, so people like me can get out there and actually use it. Yeah. You listen to the athletes a lot, and I think that's what separates Puma from any other brand. And not that I've experienced what and how that they operate, but I know that Puma as a brand really seeks out to not only make their product better, but seeks to try and find and use ways in which the athlete's input when it comes to creating products is something that can be not only trickled out to that athlete, but trickled out to the world.
Exactly. I mean, a perfect example of that, you're talking Olympics. Look at Carsten Warhol's specifically designed spike. 4 hurdles. It's got a special claw on the front for extra grip, specifically for him. And you think about that technology and where it will lead us in pushing running and track events fast, making people faster. You look at our Fast R, it's our running technology. It has carbon plating. It is in competition with any of the other brands' record breakers. We've got other shoes that are in development that push the envelope of how fast can we make a human?
Yeah, and at the same time, not losing that fun that we have along the way,
and that cool factor.
And the cool factor. I mean, John, from a motorsports side, in terms of actual usability, we often talk about this, but you know, I've never been a professional racing car driver. You have. You've actually used the technical gear, and I know that even from a rugby point of view, at one stage, Alex said, "Listen, you're going overseas. Get some compression gear for the flight." I was like, "Some what now? What do I need?" And the technology that goes into the thinking for athletes. I mean, it's vast. Tell us your experiences of using the brand.
I mean, it's important. I mean, weight saving is a big factor in motor racing, and comfort, you know, and feel. If you don't have that combination, you're going to battle to get that. You know, you're talking hundredths of a second when you're going around a lap. So it's critical. And doing speeds of over 200 kilometers an hour, you want to make sure you got that feel on that brake pedal. So and you also want to look the part. I mean, nowadays, the youngsters aspiring to want to be race car drivers. You know, they see us walking on the grid, we look the part, and Puma does that well. Always out there. And I mean, I've been trying to get my hands on that Max Verstappen boot in the reception every time I come. But I mean, you pick up the thing, it weighs literally nothing. It's incredible.
Alex, the other thing that Puma have been very on the forefront of, in actual fact, before anybody else was doing it, was sustainability. It's very much a part of what the brand stands for. Very much a part of when other brands were still considering how to do their packaging. Puma were 2 steps ahead, going, well, listen, we've got that covered. We're making our materials already are from recycled goods. It's something that Puma has been on the forefront of.
No, absolutely. I mean, we have sustainable targets that we have to reach, and those sustainable targets are not just based on carbon emissions and how much paper we're using in office. It's actually counted against the type of product that we're putting into the market. We have sustainability goals within our apparel that we have to meet as a brand globally. And then to ensure that, we are ensuring and enforcing our accounts to take that product. So we're making the decision to be sustainable, and anyone who works with us has to follow suit.
Alex, to you and the whole team here, congratulations on the new. I said it's new, it's old premises. They're extending on it, but it's always lekker being here. And thanks again for your support for the Fastlane. John and I really appreciated it. It's really great lifestyle wear, and we often feel like royalty when we get to come spend some time with the brand.
No, absolute pleasure. I mean, John, new to the family. Of John's insight into everything motorsport. I think he's got more motorsport than any single individual in South Africa, which is great for us. And obviously, Ryan, you know, it's the legacy
2 decades
that is 2 decades flying the flag for us out there in the
Incredible.
world.
They're in the middle of who knows where.
And pushing the sport forward and really taking that message that the brand is. So thank you. Thank
Lovely.
you to you both.
Thanks,
and
Alex.
well done on the Fastlane. It's
Stunning.
an epic series.
What a great guy Alex is. Alex, superstar. Both of them have the surname Hulley, but they're not
Crazy.
related.
I know.
Alex Hulley, Seth Hulley, two unbelievably good gentlemen. Thank you, sirs. Then onto the cars we were driving this week. It's been a crazy week. We've been out and about.
Jeez,
We're
we
only
have.
showing you a tenth of the things that we got up to because it's been crazy. You're heading off onto a road trip. I'm heading off on a road trip. We'll cover both of those road trips for you. I'm going in an adventure hopefully in my Bucky. You're
Yes.
going on another one also
We're
in
going
a
to test
hybrid.
how much we can get out of that hybrid system.
Love that.
Love the technology in these hybrids. So yeah, let's see.
If you're wondering what hybrid system, let's see what we've got in our garage this week. It doesn't get more packed in the Fastlane garage this week. What a week it's been. We've literally had all kinds of cars in the garage. Starting with the Isuzu, we basically did a little switcheroo. We had the GLE 450 diesel. It's now been swapped for this 3-litre entry-level Isuzu. Entry-level in terms of just the spec for it, but what a great V-Cross vehicle from Isuzu. The 4x4 market, and especially the double cab market, John, it's never been as competitive as it is at the moment. People that have tried and trusted the Isuzu brand keep coming back to it. Likewise with the Toyota family and the Ford family. It's pretty much tried and tested and people love the market. It's a matter of what your preferences are. Great product from Isuzu. Then, John, with SMG, formerly SMG Tiger Valley, still part of the group. It's now just called BMW Tiger Valley.
Yep.
But this is the new X1. Tell us a little bit about this.
Ryan, this car is so impressive. Brand new, 2024 iX E, which all the new cars are going to be the E cars, hybrid car. And I tell you what, 3.1 0 to 100 liters. It's ridiculous. It just doesn't use fuel. It just keeps driving. But the nice thing is the torque. It's got 500 newton meters of torque, does 0 to 100 in 5 seconds. So looking forward to taking it up to Mossel Bay to see how much I can get out of this car, fuel efficiency. But the hybrid is definitely the way to go.
Tell me what's on the side of this vehicle here. Come have a look at this. This is really cool. Whenever we travel with our friends at BMW Tiger Valley, they do this.
Ah, look at this. Beautiful.
Just to Chris and the team out there, just a huge thank you from the Fastlane team. Beautiful car, beautiful time to spend in the car. I love that sound that the BMW makes every time you open up. Whoa, it like welcomes you to the welcome to the presence of the car.
Exactly.
The inside. Lovely place to spend some time. But this isn't the only car in the Fastlane fleet this week. Also, we've got the Defender. This one with Roller Luxury Collection. By the way, some exciting news we'll tell you after we look at these vehicles coming up in a bit. But this is the diesel version. Of course, there's a petrol version. This is the diesel version of the Land Rover Defender. It's an incredible car, amazing vehicle. Very impressed with the torque of this vehicle. It's almost a brand new vehicle. It's got 8,000 Ks on the clock. It's on their floor 1.6 million. It is a fantastic car. What a great all-rounder. You were asking me about the space inside.
Yeah, jeez.
How spacious is this for a two-door?
It's actually quite deceiving, Ryan, because it's a two-door. But when you open the back, it's plenty of space. I was
So
really
much
blown
room.
away. And I love that, what's it, like neoprene, like type of upholstery on the
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
It's very, very cool. I don't know if I would take it off-road, though. Would you? It
love
looks
it.
pretty
I
capable,
love
though.
it.
Huh?
Now that I'm a double cab owner, off-roading's where I want to be. Just look how time flies. We've had a podcast where we've been out and about. Like I said, it's only been a fraction of what we've literally been doing. We're going into a Formula One weekend. It is back. What is happening this weekend?
Oh, there's lots of talk again. I mean, Red Bull, who's going to move where? Carlos Sainz has come up again, maybe to Mercedes. Everybody is kind of waiting for that one move that I think will put everything back into place. Like, everyone will slot in. But I mean, the big questions are being asked is, where's Carlos Sainz going to go? Is he going to move to Williams? Is he going to move maybe possibly to Red Bull? And we just don't know. It's the same with Adrian Newey. That's still getting bounced around a lot, And even with our inside scoop that we have, we're just not sure at this stage. But yeah, very, very exciting. And Red Bull do need to think of the future. A lot of the teams are, and I think Mercedes, have they found their pace? Will they stay on top? I think so. I think they're there to stay now. I really do. I think they're showing good form. McLaren, we've seen, are quick. They just need to put it all together. I think they haven't quite got the recipe right there. I know me and you have had a lot of banter about this over the last couple of weeks. But I mean, Max is always going to be Max, and I think he needs a teammate now that can win some, get points, because as a team now, they're actually falling behind. Mercedes and McLaren are winning as a manufacturer. They're eating away at that championship a bleed.
We can guarantee you, I've got a feeling. My gut feeling is Adrian Newey's already signed the deal.
I also think so.
I think the deal's signed. I think there's going to be a bit of a clause in terms of just a holdback. All to be revealed, I think, soon. That's what my personal gut
going
feeling is
into
on
this race as well, Hungarian ring, as Hungary, as they've got a few options on how they pronounce it. But Lewis has actually dominated there. So imagine he goes and does a back-to-back here. That'd be quite something.
That will be something. What's happening on two wheels?
No, still a break. I mean, these poor athletes, they need a break. I mean, geez, some of those youngsters, they're not walking in a little bit like a Western movie.
Correct.
But they out, and I was watching, I mean, they do break bones, but they live a great lifestyle.
They do.
I mean, they're on yachts and they helicopter rides, and it seems like quite a nice camaraderie between
nice
the riders.
family brotherhood.
They look like they sort of race hard, play hard. Really interesting to see, and a well-deserved break for most of them.
The two wheels that we don't cover on the show, but we do, is the Tour de France. Teddy Pogacar at the moment in the yellow jersey, dominating over Jonas Vingegaard. For those of you who don't think we would like to follow Tour de France and what's happening at the moment out of Tour de France, it's incredible. You talk about being sore on the saddle. I've done 20 Cape Town cycle tours. Let me tell you, your balletjes dat de kraks hier, your holleke, your bumhole, it gets sore. All parts of your legs and body get sore when you're on a bicycle. Saddle sores. So you can only imagine what those cyclists are going through.
It's crazy.
Hey,
but you see the fans. I see, they've had this. They've been quite strict now to get people to get out of the way. But you see that one guy that threw hot chips or something on one of the top riders.
Yeah, he was just looking for some slap chips. He was looking.
Maybe he thought he needed. Guys are a little bit lean. Maybe they need a little bit of carbs.
He was just saying, chips. The guy behind you. Anyway.
But talking about other sports, you watch the tennis.
Tennis was incredible. I love Alcaraz, 21 years old, paying his dues to a man who shouldn't have even been there because he had a knee op 4 or 5 weeks ago. He bounced back from it. I mean, you had a little back niggle near your bum and you haven't heard the end of it for the past 2 years.
And I had people sending me, wish you well, hope you're feeling better. They thought I had my pulse removed.
Correct. And also to everyone who sent John one of those donut cushions to sit on, a huge thank you. The Fastlane appreciates your work. Like, subscribe. We'll be back in the Fastlane next week, live, a little bit delayed because it'll only happen on the weekend from Swartkops in Pretoria. Have a great week. Be safe on the road. Like, subscribe. We'll be back again. Thanks again to Breitling, eBet, OneBet, and of course, Sanlam Private Wealth. The Fastlane returns next week.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane. So sleek, gotta ever hit the street, ooh.